And that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
For three.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. First free throw is good. Second and three. Got it. Hits all three free throws. Miami's got it. To the basket is Butler, but he can't finish.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw up the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
To Butler. Screen coming. Mitchell Robinson rejects it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Knocked loose. And throws it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Jimmy Butler for two. Jimmy Butler, 2-of-4 now. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Layup goes down. Well done.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Jimmy Butler, he's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
It's the Heat with the possession to Butler. Nice pass to set things up. Dinwiddie with the basketball. Leads 3. Beyond the arc for 3. No good. That's great defense. Burke with it. Looking to make something happen. To Randolph. The drive, right to the basket. A drive by Butler, but his shot won't fall.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Butler into the front court. 5-point game. Mitchell Robinson swats it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Short jumper won't go down. To the rim, lays it up and in.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Butler. Shot clock for the Heat down to 3. Butler, the hot shooting continues. He's got 12 in the first quarter, including that trifecta.
And Ed, did you see how quick his release was? There was no wasted motion from the waist up.
Fires the 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Mitchell Robinson snatching it out of the air.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Deep 2 there. Won't go. It's Brooklyn's ball. To Dinwiddie. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. Butler to bring it up. Just under a minute to go in what's been a hotly contested first quarter. Trying to cash in. Butler can't get his shot to fall.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Burke with it. 9-point margin. Short jumper won't fall. Not that time.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throw up and good as he finishes off the three-point play. The lead is down to 6. Deep 3 at the buzzer, and a three-pointer at the buzzer for good measure. What a finish to the opening period. A great stretch here to start the game. We're 1 quarter down in Game 4. Back with more after this. It's the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs on EA Sports. Head coach Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Kevin Durant has it. To Jordan. Irving. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Knocks down the first.
It's like practice.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Dragic with the basketball. Trailing by 11. Berg shot off the mark. Irving with the basketball. The lead is 11.
For yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Dragic. 5 to shoot for Miami. Has a chance. Wide open look. Won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Short jumper misses. Another follow. No good. Another shot stays out. James Johnson, defended by Kevin Durant. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Dragic. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
And the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
To Durant. Irving. Durant. Can't get the bounce. Kevin Durant tips it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
To Durant. Fires the 3. Second effort. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Dragic to Waiters. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Nets have it. To Jordan. Short jumper off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Kevin Durant. Huge block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
James Johnson pins it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Lets it fly from long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
Dragic. You've got to get that one to go. Into the front court, it's Irving. The advantage is 13 points. Scary sight. DeAndre Jordan with the putback slam.
That's a DJ we all know and love.
Dragic with it. He'll run the offense. Goran Dragic. 3 for 3 in this first half.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Message received. Well defended. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Dragic into the front court. Down a bundle. That's rebounded by the Nets. Brooklyn with the basketball. Down low to Jordan. DeAndre Jordan, look out.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch. Driving right to the basket.
Shot from in close, no good. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Kyrie Irving trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 87% from the line. We reached halftime here in Game 4. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen. First half, very one-sided. What will this...
From the start, let's do it. Substitutions. Stepping in.
Good. Off a spin.
Come on, somebody tell me when he added that to his arsenal.
Burke with it. His guys down big. Down low Randolph. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets.
Ooh, I think people are leaving already.
It goes down.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Brooklyn's got it. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Now the Heat going to use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
The big fella, Zach Randolph. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
To Dinwiddie. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
And the finish at the rim.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
It's the Heat with the possession to Butler. And look out. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Buries it. He's
He's most definitely got the hot hand behind the three-point arc. Anytime your first-round pick is shooting like this, your GMs and owners just sit back and smile.
to Randolph. Here comes the screen. To Butler. Shot clock for the Heat, down to 3. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
and scores.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Nets have the basketball to Hollis Jefferson. Old school, backs his man down for the basket.
And a lot of passers usually have their head on a swivel, but ultimately, either you have a feel for the game or you don't.
To Randolph. Waiters, they'll go to Butler, down low, and finishes strong.
An easy two, get back on defense.
Great defense there, forcing the pickup. The jumper's off the mark. Waiters to Butler. Add 2 points to the board.
From somebody who loved to score a lot himself, defensively, if you are guarding me in a parallel position, I can have whatever I want when I want. You have to force this guy to go one direction, make him go towards his weak hand, and then contest that shot.
Miami with the basketball. Mitchell Robinson with the block. And that one is out. Burke with it. Looking to make something happen. And he hits.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Count the basket inside.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Here comes the screen. To Butler. Has a look. The shot by Butler? No. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Flushes it home.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
He'd have the basketball to Butler. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
And he connects on the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Dinwiddie into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Butler. Curling inside. Got it.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To Dinwiddie. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Slam dunk for Hollis Jefferson. Deep three at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. It's been all net so far. So the Heat will have it to start this fourth and final quarter. They're looking up at a big margin. And that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena, but that's not enough. They need their A-plus game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
Dinwiddie with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. To Durant. Wide open look, won't go.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open. Take your time.
I got ball. This is all me.
Nothing going here on that drive. No good. Durant, tough matchup against Butler. Gets a look, can't hit. Waiters. Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. Waiters. 5 to shoot for Miami. Trying to cash in. Burke shot off the mark. Short jumper off the mark.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Has a chance. Burke shot.
From the start, let's do it.
And the basket good at the rim.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there, but see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer, always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Here's a chance from long range. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
To Butler. Mitchell Robinson sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Shakes free and hits.
They got him in the first round to do exactly that. Make tough shots and help them win games.
To Waiters. Nice pass to set things up. The big fella, Zach Randolph. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
And he's going to the line to shoot.
I don't mind that effort at all. At least they're still out here competing on the defensive end.
And hits the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Butler into the front court. He'll run the offense. Has a look. Butler with a shot, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Miami's got it. Gets to the basket and scores.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
From long range. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
4-3. Not easy.
It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble, off a quick pass, or off an ISO. When the ball's in this young player's hands, something just feels right.
Butler. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Nets.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
For three. Second effort. Beyond the arc for three. Man, that was a tough shot.
Well, there you have it. The defense just took notice of this young player on that previous shot. Guarantee you they won't leave him open next time.
Butler to Waiters. Dion Waiters. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
It's the Nets who are victorious. They've seized control of the 7-game series as they run out to a 3-1 lead.
When you look at these highlights, you can see how this team was able to earn the victory in this matchup. Great game by this squad. Check out the leading scores for the Brooklyn Nets. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.
Max up, bust down, max up, bust down, seal up, break it down, wait up, bust it down, open up, seal up, then up, it's a bust down, got it in the old name, the bust, we don't even feel, we just buzz down, got my on the roof, gon' make them buzz down, it's a buzz down, run through the rest of the touchdown, baby, no buzz down. Try to take my chain, I'ma bust down, seal up, bust down, break it down, bust down.
For Complex News, I'm Pierce Simpson. The NBA playoffs can be an emotional roller coaster for both players and fans. Fortunately for fans of the One and his team, they can breathe a little easier after last night's win. It's still a tough road ahead, but if they continue to approach each game like the last, the One might just be balling in the NBA Finals. That's all for now. For Complex News, I'm Pierce Simpson.